Well met, lords and ladies, Jacob Butter speaking. Welcome to the documentary of the 5-year special. And so for this year I thought I'm not necessarily going to dedicate my whole time to doing a music video or just a parody or even finalising a series like I have done in the past. No. This time I'm going to look at everything that I've done in the past as a whole, because obviously 5 years is, kind of a good margin, my fingers on the hand and whatever. I'll probably do this again in another 5 years' time if something hasn't happened to me beforehand or something. I have no idea. I have no idea where I'll be in 5 years' time. That's a popular question, isn't it? But either way, let's now take a look at everything that has happened in 5 years of the history of the channel we know as Jacob Butter. So I'm going to start off first of all with the first public video that I released, because as everyone knows, the actual anniversary of my channel, if you click on the About section, is sometime in April. But the thing is that I like to celebrate it on July the 26th because that's when it really started. There are a few private videos that I needed for a school project, which I've talked about in the past. There's also an audition for a radio play, which is ironically a video. Go figure how that one works. I passed the audition, so I guess it did. But we're going to go into the public territory. So my first video was obviously Super Mario 63 Episode 1, The Invasion, or as I erroneously said the title then, The Grand Invasion. I don't actually know why, because I could have easily edited that back then, even with my limited editing knowledge at the time. I just didn't. So that's a thing. But yes, when I uploaded that video is when everything started. That video I think got maybe 100 views in the first week or something like that, but that was partly because of a certain person whose house I'm actually in right now, ironically, who decided to start refreshing the page over and over again to give me more views, which by the way I do not recommend as a strategy, and I told him that's probably not going to work because I might have got flagged or something like that. But it was my first video, so I guess, I got an opportunity or something like that. And then the next video got substantially less views than that one. But Super Mario 63 Episode 1 was my most popular video for about 2 years really, which is to be expected. Sometimes people's first video is their most popular one for a long time. But in that one I started playing my favourite game of all time, Super Mario 63. And I promised that I would start doing Minecraft and Spore as well. That was my promise for the channel. I didn't have any other plans for the channel at that point, and that was what I thought I was going to dedicate my time to exclusively. Ironically enough, that's not actually what happened. Because immediately after that video was uploaded, I started having problems. As you can see, we went from Episode 1 in July 26th to Episode 2 in July 31st. And the reason for that is that Ezvid started having problems, and yes, I still use the same program that I used to record 5 years ago. I did change it a couple of times, started using Camtasia a couple of years ago and other things, but Ezvids were more or less consistent with me from that point, because I actually learned that you don't actually have to upload videos directly from it. And they turned out to be much better. Yeah, it took me long enough to realise that, didn't it? Oh, but yes, so what happened was that everything started to go more or less wrong and just stopped working, so I could render the videos, they'd be finalized, and then the upload option didn't work. So I just stopped uploading quite a lot of the time. So then Super Mario 63 Episode 3 came out in November 2013, and that was the only videos that I uploaded in that entire year, even though I had 6 months in which to do things and actually get my channel going. There was a lot more that was recorded back then, and you can tell that, but my next video was in fact breaking my promise that I made the very same year actually, which was FIFA 14 iPhone/iPad Maryville 2012 versus AEK Athens, which I didn't actually record. That was actually my brother, who had FIFA 14 at the time, because that was what was played at the time, because for some reason FIFA's 1 year ahead, because they always think, oh yes, FIFA 14, it's 2013, we're in the future, woo! Yeah, it doesn't work like that. But even so, he scored a somewhat impressive goal, and he saw an option to upload it to YouTube. Of course, he still to this day has not got a channel, so he uploaded it to mine. So that's why that video is there. Ironically enough, my first subscriber, who actually came from the first video, by the way, he actually did another video like this of I think it was FIFA 12 actually, or something like that. I don't know, but either way, he did a very similar video, and it was just one of the goals and their option of uploading. And that was my final video of 2013. So in all of that year, I only had 4 videos. Very little growth at all, because I was not very active at all. So yeah, if you think that I'm unstructured and not very specific now, just remember that I used to be ever so slightly worse.